Okay. So Lincoln, when he started fighting the Civil War, what did he say he was fighting for?
Union.
And so when he comes back to Reconstruction, he's like, okay, I need us to get to be a union really quickly. Did he always say that he was fighting the Civil War for union? No, eventually, what document changes what he's fighting the war for? Gettysburg. He says, okay, we're fighting to abolish slavery. So if you ever see on the test, Lincoln originally said we were fighting the Civil War to what? Protect the Union. And then eventually there'll be another question about the Gettysburg Address. So Lincoln, does he want Reconstruction to be slow or does he want it to be fast? Because he wants to get us back to the Union. But I want you to think, y'all read the Black Codes. Is the South making Union quick enough? No, because they're basically saying, yes, slavery's gone, but are they trying to bring back slavery? And it's this whole thing of when they're trying to deal with how are they going to deal economically without having slavery, that we're going to realize that Reconstruction is going to take 4 different plans. That it's going to go from 1865 to 1876. And it's something that happens in 1876 that's basically going to set up for the next 100 years why African Americans don't have rights. And so we have to talk about what goes on in Reconstruction to understand the disenfranchisement of African Americans. So our first plan deals with Lincoln. And I want you to write the word right next to Lincoln, lenient. Do y'all know what lenient means? Easy. Are they sticklers on the rules? No, I'm not lenient. You come in my classroom, I say, where's your ID, right? I look at the homework and you don't have it done, I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm moving on, right? I'm not lenient, I'm a stickler, okay? Okay, if someone's lenient, do they punish for the small crimes? Does it make it hard for the big crimes? Yes, okay? And so Lincoln, this is why him being lenient is going to lead to how many plans are we going to have for Reconstruction? 4. He's going to be very lenient because he's focused on what? Because he wants to get them back together. Even when we looked at Grant and his surrender terms, was he nice or was he mean? Nice. And they're realizing we got to get back on track because we're now in the Industrial Revolution. There's bigger and better things to focus on. So Lincoln and his rules for Reconstruction are going to be very lenient. His first thing he's going to do is he says, I control Reconstruction because they're criminals. They were treasonous, and I have the power to pardon a criminal. Do you think everybody's going to agree with him? No. We know already from the study guide that Congress doesn't agree with them because y'all just did a note set today at the start of class. They have left as states and they're trying to come back in as states. What law gives Congress to re-admit states? It was on the review today. Northwest Ordinance. So this is why Congress and Lincoln are going to feud. But he's going to be lenient. So are the rules tough or are they nice? So his first building block of it is they say a 10% oath. Once 10% of a population of a state agree to coming back in the Union, they get to come back. And they also have to agree to the 13th Amendment. Is that easy? So thinking about a state like Virginia, only 10% of the people are going to agree to this. What's going to happen? Did the rest of the state agree to this? No, but is this going back to his whole purpose, Union? So now do y'all understand for the next 100 years, did everybody in the South agree to this? Yeah. And so do y'all now understand why the Black Codes came around? Because 90% of the people in that state, did they agree to abolish slavery? Only how much agreed? And we're going to see because of this, they get to form new state governments. They get to come back into the Union. There's a couple of states that agree to this. Tennessee, Arkansas, and Louisiana. We know Tennessee does it because who's his vice president? Who is that guy that's his vice president? Johnson, who's a war Democrat who's from Tennessee. Okay, who's going to be upset with the leniency? What group of people who wanted to control Reconstruction? Congress. They're going to be upset, and they're going to pass a bill called the Wade-Davis bill, which y'all had on your study guide. It was number 9, not number 9. I have no clue because there's Roman numerals now and I can't find it. It should have been number 9. It was actually not even on here. Oh, the provisions, no, it says explain Congress logic concerning secession is that they should control it. It's not on here. The Wade-Davis bill, do you think they're going to be lenient or strict? Okay, they're going to raise that oath to 50%. Oh, is that tougher?
Yes.
They're going to say the 13th Amendment has to be here too, and then this other thing called repudiate the debt. Do y'all know what repudiate means? Repudiate. How many of your parents pay your debts? Like some of them. How many of your parents say, oh, you contracted debt, that's all on you? They've repudiated you. They say you're on your own. Some of your parents still claim you, right? I'll pay, well, yes, you have a fine, I'll do it. But a lot of people, they're repudiating their debt, the Southern debt. So are they taking their debt or they're not taking their debt? Not taking. So is this a little bit stricter? Is Lincoln gonna like this? So he pocket vetoes it. And then he's shot. So does he control Reconstruction anymore?
No.
Now who controls Reconstruction?
Johnson.
Johnson. And on y'all's study guide, it says Johnson was the wrong man in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because Johnson is now in control of Congress. That is what party? Is it Democrat? It's Republican, and he's a what? And they're mainly from the north, and he's from the... Do they want to listen to him? Because Congress wants to control what? Reconstruction. Johnson's going to come in, and one of your questions above Roman numeral 8 says, whose logic did Andrew Johnson follow? He followed Lincoln. So that, what does that mean? Is he going to be strict or is he going to be lenient?
Lenient.
He's going to use the same building blocks. 10% oath. What's the next building block? 13th Amendment. And he's going to do one thing from the Wade-Davis bill. What was that thing that I told you some of your parents have done with your debt? Repudiate. He's going to add this repudiate the Confederate debt. So did he get a little bit tougher?
Yes.
Yes, but why? Who is he trying to appeal to? This, not the South, the Northern Republicans. And he's going to go to all the Southern states saying, look, you better agree to this now because is it mean or is it nice? It's nice. If you don't agree to this now and you don't come back into the Union now, who could possibly get a hold of Reconstruction?
Congress.
And how are they going to be?
Party.
They're going to be strict. Is it going to be tougher for you to get back in?
Yes.
So he basically scares the bejesus out of them. And what do you think is going to happen? Are they going to agree to this or not? Oh yeah, everyone agrees except Texas. Okay, of course, Texas.
We're stubborn.
Okay, so great. They should be coming back into the Union, but do you think they're going to screw this up?
Yes.
Yes, the first thing that they do to screw it up is the black coats. Y'all have been reading this. Could African Americans get any job they wanted? No, basically they're back on the farm and they're back as servants. This is slavery by another name. So what are they really violating with the black codes if we look at the plan?
13th Amendment.
13th Amendment. So have they learned a lesson?
No.
How many of you have ever heard the phrase before, the South will rise again? It's usually on the Confederate flag, right? Is the South rising again? Are they going back to exactly what they were? So basically we fought a war and they haven't learned a lesson. Is Congress going to get upset? Now they create these new state governments. And they elect ex-Confederate leaders. The people who said it was okay to nullify. The people who they said it was okay to secede. Wait, if you elect the same leaders, aren't you going to have the same problems again? Basically, Congress is realizing, is the South fixed? They have no remorse. They have no remorse. And is Congress going to get upset?
Yes.
Who are they going to blame?
Johnson.
Johnson. They're going to blame Johnson, saying, look, Johnson, you were too what? Lenient or strict? Lenient. And they're going to say, you know this. Why should Congress be able to control Reconstruction? Because of the Northwest Ordinance. They're going to say when they formed the Confederate States of America, they had state suicide. They're no longer a state. They're trying to come back through the Northwest Ordinance. And by that power, who should control Reconstruction?
Congress.
Congress. Johnson, do you think he's going to be able to overrule them?
No.
Because he's a Democrat, and who controls Congress? Republicans. And this is where we'll pick up our notes on Tuesday. Again, I said these are really short notes, but we're going to come back to it. How do y'all feel about Reconstruction? Okay, now do y'all understand why it's going longer? How did the South goof this up? It could have been done right here in '66. What did they do to goof it up? Black codes, which is what again? Just by a different name. And who did they re-elect? So you have time now